Aloha everybody and welcome to the final part of Pac-Man World. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we took on the final stage of the haunted world, and now the big doors opened up so we can take on the final boss, Big Bad Toc-Man. So as I mentioned before, you absolutely need to find every single one of your Pac friends, otherwise you'll beat the last level and then you'll come up to this part and the door won't open. So you need every single one of your Pac friends saved before you can face off with the final boss. Let's do this!
And now, here's the guy you've all been waiting for! Let's hear it for Pac-Man!
Look, here I am! Love me! Don't run! How about a hug? You've interfered with my plans for the last time, Pac-Man!
And they have definitely saved the best for last, because Toc-Man is actually my favorite boss fight in the whole entire game. So one thing to know right up front, you actually have more than 4 hits of damage in this fight. All of your Pac friends are actually hanging around off-screen, and every time your health bar gets drained, one of them pops in to give you a little bit of extra health. So you can take a little bit more damage than usual in this fight. There are no checkpoints, but it isn't that super long anyway. So, you know, thanks to those Pac friends, you have a bigger chance of hanging in the fight. There's a lot of red ghosts flying around. You don't want to run into them. You can't kill them. They're always going to be this obstacle that you kind of got to be careful of. So right up front, Toc-Man, being a giant mecha evil version of Pac-Man, basically does everything that Pac-Man can. He throws power pellets of his own, and when he does, it creates this gigantic shockwave and leaves a whole bunch of pellets lying around so that you can throw those pellets right back at him. You can't rev roll into him, you can't butt bounce onto him right now. The only way to damage Toc-Man is to throw power pellets at him. So again, he throws them, he creates a shockwave, you jump over the shockwave so you don't take damage, and then you grab the pellets and throw them right back at him in order to drain his health bar. It's pretty simple, really. Again, the hard part is, because the camera is always following you, it can be easy to go down towards the camera and then run into a red ghost because you can't really see it coming. No power pellets to eat the red ghost. There's no way to turn them blue and eat them, so that can be a little bit of a pain in the ass. But the first phase is over. Now we're on to the second phase. And what happens is these 4 switches pop up and you have to butt bounce them in order to magnetize Toc-Man and bring him to the center of the arena. And once he's in the center, you can butt bounce him after climbing all the stairs. Meanwhile, he's doing his own version of the butt bounce because he is an evil version of Pac-Man. And this butt bounce, even though it creates a very small shockwave, it does affect the whole entire platform. So if you're really, really far away from him, if you're on the ground when he butt bounces, you are going to take damage. See? Right there. You will take damage, so every time he's in the air, you want to jump and make sure that you're in the air before he actually lands, because his butt bounce, it has quite the far reach, if I do say so myself. Also, the sides is still a bottomless pit. If for some reason you go too far to the edge, you can fall off and you will die and have to restart the whole boss fight. But otherwise, this part's pretty fun. You're just making sure you're not on the ground when he butt bounces, and then you climb the stairs to butt bounce him right back. And now we're at the final phase, where, as you just saw, he did a rev roll. And what happens with the rev roll, he actually kind of passes where you are a little bit, and all I really find with this part is I move a little bit forward, and then he just sort of spins around me and spins around me, and when he gets tired, you rev roll right into him in order to damage him. The rev roll can be annoying because sometimes when he hits you, you just go straight up, and other times he hits you, you'll actually go flying off the edge of the platform into the bottomless pit. So that can suck, and as you see there, Pac Dog, he just gave me extra health because I lost my 4 units of health. So you have a lot of health for this boss fight. It's actually really fun, and that's Toc-Man.
It's so unfair! You ruined everything! Nobody loves a ghost!
What the hell, Pac-Man? Oh my god! That ghost was sad! He has no friends because he's a ghost. That's why he impersonated you and became Toc-Man. Because people love you and he just wanted people to love him. I feel really bad for Toc-Man. Oh my god, and then... But did you sympathize with him? No. You just grabbed the motherfucker and you ate him. Jesus Christ, Pac-Man. Oh my god. I remember when I was a kid and I beat this game, I was so shocked that that's how the ending was. Like, he's all sad, Pac-Man looks like he's about to sympathize with him, but then he just brings out Power Pellet and, nope, fuck you, blow. Well, don't worry, kids, Toc-Man is not dead. He's a ghost. He'll just respawn somewhere else. But, my god. Does this look like the face of mercy to you? Holy shit. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is Pac-Man World. That is the fantastic game it is. Like I said before, I always felt Pac-Man World deserved to be one of the top games on the PlayStation. I think when people mention their Metal Gear Solid, their Crash Bandicoot games, their Spyro games, you know, they're all great games, don't get me wrong, but I don't really hear too many people mention Pac-Man World, and I think Pac-Man World's a really solid title. I think the difficulty is just right, you know? It's not super easy that it holds your hand the whole way through, but it's not super, super hard that it's just unplayable, you know? It's got that nice balance where some of the bosses will make you a little bit agitated, some of the platforming levels, like the Funhouse World, can be a little bit tricky, but it just encourages you to try again until you get used to it. I like the fact that they don't make everything super complicated, you know? You have a butt bounce, you have a rev roll, you have the pack throws and stuff, and that's how it stays for the whole entire game. They don't, aside from like the King Galaxian boss fight, they don't really throw too many crazy gimmicks at you, you know? It's just a solid platformer from beginning to end. And there's a lot of collectibles to find with the fruit and the Pac-Man letters and your Pac friends that you have to save. And I like this game a lot. You know, I'm not a huge Pac-Man aficionado. I like the arcade games just fine. I'm not going out of my way to buy every game in the series, but this was a game I was raised on as a kid, and I really liked it. Pac-Man World for the PlayStation. You can get it for PS Classics on your PlayStation 3 or your PSP, your Vita, whatever. It's a good game, and I would recommend it to anyone who enjoys platformers. And even if you're curious about the sequel, give Pac-Man World 2 a shot. I think Pac-Man World 1's a little bit better than Pac-Man World 2, but Pac-Man World 2 isn't horrible, and you should have a fun time with it. So yeah, that's Pac-Man World. You're welcome, game. You're welcome. It was a pleasure playing you. Before I leave the video, though, I do want to show off some of the extras in the game, rather than save that for an extra video. So, as I mentioned before, after I unlocked all of the mazes, I unlocked Marathon, and that allowed me the option to play every single maze in the whole entire game, and there's a lot of them. And once you beat every single maze in the whole entire game in a marathon, you unlock the gallery mode. And the gallery mode is basically all of the concept art for Pac-Man World. Because you gotta remember, people actually have to come up with this stuff before they actually finish the game, you know? So I figured we'd look at the gallery, because why not? It's fun to see the behind-the-scenes stuff of Pac-Man. I'll also take this time now to explain what the bonus is for collecting 1 million points. Because every time you play through the levels, you know, it's counting everything. It's counting all the pellets you collect, it's counting all the fruit you collect, the mazes you do, the bonus stages you do. It all goes towards your grand total score. And if your grand total score in Pac-Man World ends up being more than 1 million, then Pac-Man actually gets a key. And this key allows him to open any door in any level, no matter what. Because generally in every single level, you always needed a particular fruit in order to open the door. Like, you'd see a cherry door, and it'd be like, oh, sorry, unless you're holding a cherry, you can't open this door. But that's not the case when you have 1,000,000 points and the 1,000,000 points key. Once you get that key for collecting 1,000,000 points, you can just walk up to any door you want and open them like it's nobody's business. So that is something you can work to unlock in Pac-Man World. Although by the time you get 1,000,000 points in Pac-Man World, you're probably, finished the game anyway. And does it really matter? Does having to find that cherry and backtrack a little bit just to open up the cherry door, is that really such a hassle that the key saves you a world of trouble? I don't know. And I don't really believe so. So that's an unlockable you can get. I'm not going to bother showing it off, but that is an unlockable you can get. So I figured I'd mention that right now. I really like these caricatures of Pac-Man. I especially like the black and white ones where they show him platforming through what would become the levels of the game. Like this one right here. I like the enemy designs, whether it's the cube cavemen, these weird little mummies, the clowns and the airplanes and stuff. I always enjoyed the art style of Pac-Man World. PlayStation limitations that they are, it's cool that there's a pirate ship with evil eyes that you have to battle. It's cool that you get to take on a giant King Galaxian machine. It's cool that the spiders. Apparently someone in the comments was really afraid of those spiders. Well, I'm sorry I had to expose you to the spiders again. I'm sorry, but, they're just video game spiders. They're not going to leap out of your TV screen and grab you. Sure, they make a kind of awkward noise when you crush them flat with your butt bounce, but it's okay. It's okay. There is another extra with Classic Mode that I'm going to show off in the next video, because as I mentioned before, Classic Mode is just the original arcade Pac-Man. So after this video, I'm going to play through the original Pac-Man for one video, just because, why not? It'll be my first ever, super retro Let's Play. My first ever retro Let's Play of an arcade game. It won't be long or anything. Also, I found that kind of interesting. The Chrome Keeper concept art is different from what the actual boss fight ended up being. There's conveyor belts and stuff with that fight, and what it ended up actually being was, the metal power-ups and him kicking the boxes at you and stuff, so I wonder what changed with Chrome Keeper there. Very curious, very, very curious. And there's the Namco people. These are the people I assume are responsible for making this game, so thank you! You guys made a good game. I enjoy it quite a bit. You did good work. And you love the color yellow. Anyway, folks, that's it for Pac-Man World. The other bonus we got for collecting all of the Pac-Man letters was Outtakes. We get to see bloopers of all the cutscenes in the game, because Pac-Man is real and he flubs up his lines sometimes. So I am the Great Clement, folks. It's been fun. Enjoy the outtakes. Toodles.
Junior abduction, take 4.
Marker. Action. Someone catch that thing and get Junior out of there.
Pack entry, take 1.
Marker. And action. Cut.
Pack eats Orson, take 7.
Marker. Action. Cut. Come on, Pac-Man. This isn't your first power pellet.
Toc Stomp, take 3.
Marker. Action.
Look, here I am. That thing almost killed me. Medic!
Cut.
Professor Abduction, take 2.
Marker. Action. Cut that thing off. It's out of control.
Pac Landing, take 9.
Marker. And action. That's a wrap.
Indeed, that's a wrap. Damn PlayStation cases. There, good as new. Oh yeah!